Hello everyone, Sakey here. Today we are going to take a look at a game called CuVRball. The developer, Hypergolic Games, was kind enough to provide me with a beta key, so I figured I would give it a play and let you know what I think. CuVRball is a team-based multiplayer VR experience where each team is trying to put the ball in the back of the other team's goal. This can be achieved by carrying the ball and shooting it into the net, or by knocking it in using the explosions of projectiles you can fire and detonate. The game is compatible with both the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift with the touch controllers. Personally, I was playing this on the Vive. Currently, the game is multiplayer only, and I'm unsure if AI opponents are ever going to be added as an option. Graphically, the game is fairly basic, though it has a bit of a Tron vibe going on. The thing is, the graphics are functional for what is needed, and the basic look doesn't detract from the gameplay in the slightest. The sound is also very basic, but again functional. I believe the dev has said about some of the art and sound assets being improved upon in the future. Each player is situated in a floating capsule, which is moved around the arena. The movement is actually pretty intuitive. You point the left controller in the direction you want to go and pull the trigger. As you can see, the movement is smooth, and Hypergolic has done a great job of using a system that, even though you're moving, minimises motion sickness. From my viewpoint, I don't find that it makes me motion sick at all, where other games have made me want to fall over or feel nauseous. Picking up the ball is achieved by moving your capsule over it. You can then use the right controller to either shoot the ball into the opposition's net or to pass it to a teammate. Each player is equipped with an explosive projectile weapon, which is aimed and fired via the right controller. The projectile can also be manually detonated. One thing that takes some time to get used to is that if you don't hit with the projectile, you can't fire another until you've detonated the old one. Currently, there is no UI element to inform you of this, but the dev has said that this is in the works. The projectile has three purposes. It can be fired at an opposing player without the ball and will slow them down temporarily if it hits. It can be fired at an opposing player who is carrying the ball. If you hit somebody with the ball is dropped, the player explodes and respawns back at their goals. Finally, it can be fired and then detonated near the ball to move it. This is where a lot of the skill in the game is. A well-placed shot can set up or save a goal. In fact, in my games, using the projectile to blast the ball away from your goal was the only way to save it. Scattered around the arena, you can see yellow orbs. These are boost capsules. As you would expect, once you pick one up, you can move faster for a short period of time. This is performed by pulling the trigger back fully. This I don't find overly intuitive, as I pull the trigger back fully when moving normally. From the games I have played, I would say this has a lot of potential. In the footage you're watching just now, I was playing against the dev 1v1 and I got absolutely destroyed. His accuracy with the projectile was unreal, and it shows how much skill could be involved in this. If you have a VR headset with a standing setup, I would definitely recommend giving this a try. I have put a link to CuVRball's Steam page in the description below. If you have enjoyed this video and would like to see more of this type of content, please hit the like button. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.